Guys, we are here for a book haul video. I got this big box in front of me. It is an Amazon box, but I did not order it from Amazon. I actually ordered from, I think it's called Pandango or Pango. I might be adding the D, but it is a place where you can buy books secondhand. So I have purchased from them before. I usually only buy from like trusted sellers. So the only actually Pandango books I've ever ordered from so far were from my friend Brittany over on Gigi and Bo. Every once in a while, she'll clear her bookshelves and she'll sell on Pango. I think it's Pango. I don't think there's a D. And she, on her bookmark page, I follow her on Instagram. She'll be like, hey, I just posted some new books on Pango if anybody's interested. And with each book you buy, she gives a free one of her bookmarks. Not the laminated, but the cardstock. So I love buying from her because she always keeps her book in impeccable shape because she uses book sleeves. And I'm giving her some extra money because she's trying to get rid of some books. I get new books for me that are still in great condition. This time it is not from Brittany. It is another Etsy seller that I buy from. She does bookmarks too, actually. I bought her, I did it as a Small Business Saturday haul, which Small Business Saturday is the day after Black Friday, if you guys did not know that. And I ordered like a book self-care box from her. So it included mystery bookmarks, scrunchies, a face mask, some treats. She even does art prints. And then you could put if you had an interest in something. So I put that I was interested in Harry Potter. So she gave me all Harry Potter themed stuff and I was obsessed with it. If I remember, ow, that tape's sticking to my hair. I will link it down below. I definitely should have got scissors. Before I started this video, she taped up this box real good. So I've ordered from her Etsy and the Etsy stuff came perfectly protected and good quality. So I figured ordering Pango books from her would be safe and protected too. But there are ratings for the sellers, just like with eBay and Amazon and all that. So you guys, if you guys want to check out Pango books, it doesn't have to be a seller, that's just my preference. But you could just look at their ratings, their star ratings. But I do think she was including little gifts too with hers. That's what I love. This isn't even their business. This is not their small business. This isn't Bookmark by Olina, which is her small business. This isn't Gigi and Bo. Yet they still treat their packages with so much love and care. It's absolutely amazing. That's why I love supporting small businesses. So finally, let's get into this box so you guys can see the books I ordered. Oh, she even put bubble wrap inside and everything, guys. Oh my God. So yeah, this is well loved and look at this. Well protected. Yep, more bubble wrap. And I see something that says Happy Mail. Probably a bookmark in there. I will open that. Oh my God. She even wrapped up the books in twine, guys. So cute. I did order I think 8 or 9 books from her. Oh, it smells good. I know my self-care box even had a candle. I'm not saying there's a candle in here, but it just smells good. Oh, all right. So let's get these out of here. So what I will say is some of these books I already knew what the book was about. It was on my TBR, so I figured, ooh, I can buy it used perfectly. I already want this book. And some books I had no idea. So what I did literally is I hopped over to Amazon, typed in the name of the book, read the synopsis. The book interested me, and she was selling it cheaper than Amazon. I picked it up. And if it's used, they usually sell it cheaper than Amazon. So here is the first 3. She wrapped up all pretty. I almost don't want to unwrap it. That is such a nice touch. The only thing I will say is it's probably going to make it harder for me to... Oh, no. That actually was not hard. All right. So the first one I grabbed was At Risk by Alice Hoffman. And this sounded incredible when I read the synopsis. One of those things like the cover doesn't look that appeasing. Doesn't look that pleasing. But when I read the synopsis, I said, ooh, I want to try that. I will read what it's about. Searching for Silver Lee seemed like a really cool mystery, too, that I wanted to hear about. and things you save in a fire. I know the girl is specifically a firefighter, and that sounded really good. So I'll read you the synopsis of these three, and then I'll go to the next bundle. All right, so searching for Sylvie Lee. Oh, let's see, right here. It says, it begins with a mystery. Sylvie, the beautiful, brilliant, successful older daughter of the Lee family, flies to the Netherlands for one final visit with her dying grandmother and then vanishes. Amy, the sheltered baby of the Lee family, is too young to remember a time when her parents were newly immigrated and too poor to keep Sylvie. 7 years older, Sylvie was raised by a distant relative in a faraway foreign place and didn't rejoin her family in America until age 9. Timid and shy, Amy has always looked up to her sister, the fierce and fearless protector who showered her with unconditional love. But what happened to Sylvie? Amy and her parents are distraught and desperate for answers. Sylvie has always looked out for them. Now it's Amy's turn to help. Terrified yet determined, Amy retraces her sister's movements, flying to the last place Sylvie was seen. But instead of simple answers, she discovers something much more valuable, the truth. Sylvie, the golden girl, kept painful secrets that will reveal more about Amy's complicated family and herself than she could ever have imagined. Doesn't that sound good? So I had to get that. And majority of what I got was hardcover. There's only 2 softcover in here. And this order, guys, was less than $40. And let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books, 7 hardcover, 2 softcover. Like, what a good deal. So at risk, I will read the synopsis for you. You guys let me know what you think of the cover versus the, what the story's about. We're just looking at the back picture. It looked kind of like old school, if you know what I mean. I wonder when this was written. But it says, in review after review of Alice Hoffman's previous novels, critics have praised her uncanny ability to blend the mythic and the mundane, to conjure up images that are simultaneously beautiful and terrifying. With At Risk, she takes a daring step forward to create a story that, while evoking our worst fears, at the same time uplifts our spirits and reminds us of the abiding powers of love. You'll be better in the morning, Polly says. It's what she always says when the children are sick, and they always believe her. But this time, Polly is wrong. Just after dusk, the rain will begin, but it won't bring any relief. In the morning, the last day of August, and hottest on record, Amanda will still be shivering beneath 2 cotton quilts. Amanda is an 11-year-old girl who contracts a disease that no one ever thought would touch the small New England town where her family lives. A disease that throws her parents and brother, their neighbors and friends, into a terrible struggle to come to terms with. As the family confronts its bitter crisis, and the town, whose sense of community has never been challenged, strives to resolve its conflict, ordinary people are transformed into heroes and heroines of truly magical grace. At Risk is a story of the indomitability of the human spirit, of dignity in the face of tragedy, of love that triumphs over heartbreak. And it had really good reviews. I read some of the reviews and I said, you know what, I'm going to get that. And she was selling that one really cheap. I think that one was literally like maybe $3 or $4. This one, Things You Save in a Fire, the cover alone is gorgeous. And it says here, Cassie Hanwell was born to handle emergencies. As one of her only female firefighters in her Texas firehouse, she's seen her fair share of emergencies, and she's a total pro at managing other people's tragedies. But when her estranged and ailing mother asks her to give up her whole life and move to Boston, Casey suddenly has an emergency of her own. The tough old school Boston firehouse is different from Casey's old job as it could possibly be. Hazing, a lack of funding, and poor facilities means that the firemen aren't exactly thrilled to have a lady on the crew, even one as competent and smart as Cassie. Except for the infatuation-inspiring rookie, who doesn't seem to mind having Cassie around. But she can't think about that, because love is girly and it's not her thing. And don't forget the advice her old captain gave her: never date firefighters. Cassie can feel her resolve slipping, and it means risking it all. The only job she's ever loved, and the hero she's worked like hell to become. Catherine Center's Things You Save in a Fire is a heartfelt and healing toward the force about the strength of vulnerability, the nourishing magic of forgiveness, and the life-changing power of defining courage at last for yourself. And this is actually like 3D. Like you can feel the letters on the page. I love the ladder. I love the flowers. It is a gorgeous cover. I'm kind of curious. Is it just white? Yeah, it is just white, which is super cute too if I want to take the dust cover off and just have it on my bookshelf. So that was the first 3. So now the next 2 that she wrapped up together here. One of them is a book of the month club, and that's funny because I don't have book of the month, but I actually have a few book of the month clubs because of Pango. Yeah. And this is the dating plan. This is one that's been on my TBR. It sounded really cute, and I love, little cute romantic stories. This one says, Daisy Petal is a software engineer who understands lists and logic better than bosses and boyfriends. With her life all planned out and no interest in love, the one thing she can't give her family is the marriage they expect. Left with few options, she asked her childhood crush to be her decoy fiance. Liam Murphy is a venture capitalist with something to prove. When he learns that his inheritance is contingent on being married, he realizes his best friend's little sister has the perfect solution to his problem. A marriage of convenience will get Daisy's matchmaking relatives off her back and fulfill the terms of his late grandfather's will. If only he hadn't broken her tender teenage heart 10 years ago. So I've read a lot of like marriage of convenience stories, and a lot of times they end up just being kind of corny. But I thought this one was interesting because they did date 10 years prior. So they're ex-lovers. Well, I don't know about lovers, but ex like boyfriend, girlfriend. Sparks fly when Daisy and Liam go on a series of dates to legitimize their fake relationship. Too late, they realize that very little is convenient about their arrangement. History and chemistry aren't about to follow the rules of their engagement. So when I saw this is the first one that caught my mind because like I said, it was on my TBR for quite some time. So I actually went on my Amazon wish list and removed it. I always link my Amazon wish list down below. Not because I want you guys to get me anything. You guys asked me to share it because you wanted to know what kind of books I wanted to read and were interested in. Because you guys know I do book club every Thursday if you don't watch this channel. So, if you ever like, what do I want to watch? Like, what should I read? If you're into romance and mystery, definitely go check out my Amazon wishlist because I post a lot of books there. Oh, that's interesting. I think that's meant to be there because I don't know how that would not be there. I don't know. I know that might be it because that might be supposed to be like the map because I think this book is based in Alaska. This seemed really good too, the synopsis, and again had amazing reviews. I've actually heard of this author. I've not read anything by her, but my friend Diana, who's a big reader, like some of her books. So this one I wasn't 100% because it's kind of based on olden times, and I'm not usually into that, but it sounded so good, I wanted to give it a shot. And like I said, the reviews on this were amazing. And this book alone is listed for $28.99. And like I said, all of this was under $40. I think I paid $38 or $39 for everything. So it says, Ernest Albright, a former POW, comes home from the Vietnam War, a changed and volatile man. When he loses yet another job, he makes an impulsive decision. He will move his family north to Alaska, where they will live off the grid in America's last true frontier. 13-year-old Lenny, a girl coming of age in a tumultuous time, caught in the riptide of her parents' passionate, stormy relationship, dares to hope that a new land will lead to a better future for her family. She is desperate for a place to belong. Her mother, Cora, will do anything and go anywhere for the man she loves, even if it means following him into the unknown. At first, Alaska seems to be the answer to their prayers. In a wild, remote corner of the state, they find a fiercely independent community of strong men and even stronger women. The long sunlit days and the generosity of the locals make up for the Albrights' lack of preparation and dwindling resources. But as winter approaches and darkness descends on Alaska, Ernest's fragile mental state deteriorates and the family begins to fracture. Soon, the perils outside pale in comparison to threats from within. In their small cabin covered in snow, blanketed in 18 hours of night, Lenny and her mother learn the terrible truth. They are on their own. In the wild, there is no way to save them but themselves. In this unforgettable portrait of human fertility and resilience, Kristen Hanna reveals the indomitable character of the modern American pioneer and the spirit of a vanishing Alaska, a place of incomparable beauty and danger. The Great Alone is a daring, beautiful, stay-up-all-night story about love and loss, the fight for survival, and the wilderness that lives in both man and in nature. This was the only one on my list. I did contemplate taking off, but I think you have to spend $35 for free shipping, and I was short a few bucks, so this is what got it to the $38. Just because it is older, like it even starts with Alaska, 1974. Unpredictable, unforgivable, untamed, for a family in crisis, the ultimate test of survival. But I have a feeling this might end up being my favorite. Who knows? It's called The Great Alone. Like I said, the reviews on this were out of this world. Like, people literally said it was their favorite book by this author. People said it was super eye-opening. So I'm definitely curious to read. I'm going to try to have an open mind about it. Just because I'm not someone who usually likes to read things like in a decade. Oh yeah, that's definitely on purpose then, because it's here and then it's here. I don't know if that's like the shape of Alaska. I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but it's on the first page and the end page. That is pretty cool. So yeah, that was the other book. Now the next two books, let me take it off. This book sounded really good. I think it's, yeah, Monday's Not Coming is what it's called. It's a little hard to tell because the cover is very different on it. But if you see, it says Monday's Not Coming, Monday's Not Coming. And it says, Monday Charles is missing and only Claudia seems to notice. Claudia and Monday have always been inseparable, more sisters and friends. So when Monday doesn't turn up for her first day of school, Claudia starts to worry. When she doesn't show for the second day or the second week, Claudia knows that something is wrong. Monday wouldn't just leave her to endure tests and bullies alone. With her grades on the line, Claudia needs her best and only friend, now more than ever. But Monday's mother refuses to give Claudia a straight answer, and Monday's sister April is even less help. As Claudia digs deeper into her friend's disappearance, she discovers that no one seems to remember the last time they saw Monday. How can a teenage girl just vanish without anyone noticing that she's gone? In her dark, thrilling, and timely sophomore novel, acclaimed author Tiffany D. Jackson unravels a complex mystery and explores the traumatic effects of the truth. Doesn't that sound really good? So I want to take up this one for sure. Again, this one alone is valued at $17.99, and I love that it's like just a plain neutral white without the jacket. So yeah, but I do really love this cover as well. And then the next one, again, this is not one that interests me right off the bat. I love when there's like a picture on here. You know, like this catches my, I love like the little cartoon characters. So I also loved the Dating Plans cover. The dating plan is like, you know, the little two characters. But this one is just words, and it's a very large expanse of sea. But when I read the synopsis, it sounded really good. And it says it's 2002, a year after 9/11, and Shrinan has just started at yet another school. It's an extremely turbulent time for the world, but also for someone like Shrinan, a 16-year-old Muslim girl who's tired of being stereotyped. Shrinan is never surprised by how horrible people can be. But she's tired of the rude stares, the degrading comments, and even the physical violence she endures as a result of her race, her religion, and the hijab she wears every day. She decided long ago not to trust anyone anymore, and she doesn't expect or even try to fit in anywhere or let anyone close enough to hurt her. Instead, she drowns her frustrations in music and spends her afternoons breakdancing with her brother. But then she meets Ocean James. He's the first person in forever who really seems to want to get to know Shirin. It terrifies her. They seem to come from two irreconcilable worlds. I hope I said that right. And Sharon has had her guard up for so long that she's not sure she'll ever be able to let it down. Tahrir Maif, that's the author. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Best-selling author of the Shatter Me series returns with a gorgeous and heart-trending new novel inspired by her own experience with first love, breakdancing, and the devastating impact of prejudice. So I had to get that when I read the synopsis. It seems really, really good. So I picked this one up. And then the last two that are the paperbacks. Let's read what these are about. The one on top is The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. And the synopsis says, the only child of a single mother, Nina has her life just as she wants it. A job in a bookstore, a kick-butt trivia team, and a cat named Phil. If she sometimes suspects there might be more to life than reading, she just shrugs and picks up a new book. When the father Nina never knew existed suddenly dies, leaving behind innumerable sisters, brothers, nieces, and nephews, Nina is horrified. They all live close by. They are all, or mostly all, excited to meet her. She will have to speak to strangers. And as if that's not enough, Tom, her trivia nemesis, has turned out to be cute, funny, and deeply interested in getting to know her. Does he not realize what a terrible idea that is? Nina consider her options. 1, completely change her name and appearance. 2, drastic. Plus, she likes her hair. 2, flee to a deserted island. Hard pass. C, coffee. 3. Hide in a corner of her apartment and rock back and forth. Well, I'm already doing that. It's time for Nina to come out of her comfortable shell, and she is not convinced real life could ever live up to fiction. It is going to take a brand new family, a persistent suitor, and the combined effects of ice cream and trivia to make her turn her own fresh page. And then the back even has like a little chair with a stack of books and a cat. Super cute. So I picked this one up. This one alone is worth $16. And then the last one, It Had to Be You. Isn't that a song? You guys let me know. Joe, is there a song called It Had to Be You? It had to be you. I don't know. So there is? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and they used to play it on Looney Tunes.
Oh, well, this is the name of the book. And it's about, this is what it's about. For the past 20 years, Liv and Elliot Goldenhorn have run In Love in New York, Brooklyn's beloved wedding planning business. When Elliot dies unexpectedly, he even more unexpectedly leaves half the business to his younger, blonder girlfriend, Savannah. But what starts as a personal and professional nightmare transforms into something even savvy. Cynical Liv Goldenhorn couldn't have begun to imagine. It Has to Be You clearly unites Liv, Savannah, and couples as diverse and unique as New York City itself in a joyous Love Actually style braided narrative. The result is a smart modern love story that truly reflects the age we live in. Second chances, secret romances, and steamy soulmates are front and center in this sexy, tender, and utterly charming rom-com. So, and I like this cover too. So I have a stack of new books that I bought very cheaply, and then I'm going to assume she included a bookmark or two. Let's see. I know Gigi and Bo specifically puts like every book you order, you get a bookmark. She did not promise any of those things. I kind of just assumed. So even if there's only one in here, I will not be disappointed. Her bookmarks are different because what she does is she uses book pages, and I think she also does magazine pages. So my Harry Potter bookmark was actually like a page taken out of Harry Potter. So it's really, really cool what she does. And like her packaging is so cute. Like look at the gold tape, the little stickers. She makes stickers too out of books. That's literally a book sticker there. You guys can see. So I love her Etsy page. I was thinking about ordering another book box the other day, but I'm trying to save some money. But I will definitely order from her again in the future. Like I said, if I remember, I will link that video below. If you guys don't see it, call me out. I will share it with you guys. So it looks like there's at least 2 in here. Yep, so there's 2. So we have this one, which is a really, really pretty gold leaf. And you guys see that? That is gorgeous. And then the back even says bookmark by Olina, which is her Etsy page. I'll try to remember to share it down below. And then this one says bookworm. Oh, I like that. And see, it's etched out of a book page here. So this is a legit book page from the book The Secret Garden, or that could be the chapter in the book The Secret Garden. I am not sure, but I love that. She has book lover, I think, beach read. She has quite a few different bookmarks. She has magnetic bookmarks. So like I said, I will link her down below. But that is it for this video. You guys will be seeing this on a Tuesday or Wednesday, because that's usually when I do my unboxings and my hauls. Mondays are Mask Monday. Thursdays are book club. Fridays are vlogs, Saturdays are outfits of the week, and Sunday is self-care Sunday with Hope. So if any of that sounds good to you, definitely consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you're notified next time I upload. If you like me, you like small businesses, you like buying used books, you like Pango, like the video, really helps the YouTube algorithm. Comment down below. Let me know, guys, if you've ever heard of Pango books, if you've ever ordered from Pango books. I never knew about them until I started following book pages over on Instagram. They call them bookstagrams, but they will link their used books all the time on there. And it's great because it gives them a little extra money, gives the book new life. I do prefer buying secondhand when I can, especially when you know it's still in great condition. But that is it for this video, guys. Be safe.